There are a lot of concerns. Like there's the idea that comes to mind for me is like, live each day like it's your last day on earth, which seems very undoable and extreme because people go, I'm gonna go skydiving, I'm gonna climb mountains, but then you're not taking care of that responsibility. How does that, tenable nature of life and the preciousness of life, how do you operationalize that? I don't know if you are still working on that or if you have some ideas.
I think it's a life journey to keep working on it, right? I don't know if there's ever an answer around that, but for me, from doing a lot of reading, a lot of working with individuals, a lot of tweaking in my own life, it comes down to a few different things, which is you can find the beauty in today while still planning for the future, right? And still thinking about the practical nature of it all. I'm a mom of two, a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old. And I feel like that life experience has really helped me think about you've got to do a lot of practical matters as a parent, a lot of nitty gritty, which is not always going to be the things that you're like, oh, this feels very fulfilling, right? A lot of the behaviors are not that much fun in the moment, and yet there's little glimmers of wonder and awe amongst all of this monotony and minutia that you have to do in parenting and in so much of our paid work as well. And I think one of the real tricks to all of this is being able to first recognize those moments and then figure out how to maximize those moments. So it's like an awareness. Oh, this is what builds meaning in my life, is when I step back and notice that this is happening. And then how do I craft my life and my work such that I can have more of those moments throughout the day, even amongst all the monotony and minutia.
Does that become even more important when we go into a situation like we're facing right now with the pandemic, in terms of finding those moments and savoring them and really in building them into the day, as you said?
Absolutely. I think one thing that I've seen coming out during this pandemic is a lot of people saying about sinking into simple joys, right? Instead of us all grinding forward in some very achievement focused way, which there's nothing wrong with wanting to have goals and wanting to achieve. We also have to be experiencing in the here and now that sense of impact and the sense of fulfillment, which usually comes from meaning, not from pleasure. And if we can start to reorient towards where do I find meaning in the here and now, how do I have an impact, then the whole journey towards some goal is going to feel valuable, rather than that sense that we sometimes or often have where we reach a goal and then there's an emptiness that follows. That sense like, oh, I've been working towards this big thing that I've always wanted, whether it be a promotion or a certain degree or fill in the blank, and we get it. And then we're kind of like, oh, that was fun. And now what? And I think this pandemic has helped us see that there's something to be said about being right here, like being present while moving forward at the same time. And I love seeing that shift in a very real way. The pandemic's awful, to be clear. We can't wait for it to be over. And maybe we'll take a little bit more of that simple joy awareness as a culture forward with us.